So we have the Hiroshi Kanatani cover here. Awesome cover. Features Spectreman, Kaiju. This is Doctor Gori. And the same dude over here, Doctor Gori, who's our main villain. But we'll dive into that once I start going over the story here. And this is the Jeff Zornow cover. And both awesome artists. Hiroshi Kanatani that did this cover is also known for the Koaraptor Kaiju of the Wind series. The full series is out now. I believe Antarctic Press did mention in a tweet in response to a user that we are going to be getting a trade paperback Kickstarter campaign, I believe this summer. It could be any day now at this point. But if you're watching this video in June, July. So let's dive into the overview of this comic here. So the story starts off Spectreman giving a little introduction to himself now. Usually every issue he introduces himself. Oh, and let me not forget, we have the art for this issue is done by, script and pencils are done by Matt Frank. Laurie Foster did the inks. Ink assistant was Christian Gonzalez. Colors were Goncalo Lopez and Roberto Rivera Padro. Color assistants Joanna LaFuente, Tommy Shelton, and Sarah Haney. Lead editing is Andrew Hall. Lettering editor is Douglas Dealin, and logo design is Brian Denham. So, like I said earlier, Spectreman has done an intro for almost every story. I think there was only one where they just got right into it. I believe it was Tiger 7. But, so he's done a little intro to each hero, but this time he's doing his. But this time he's actually not introducing himself. He's introducing Doctor Gori, who is the villain of this story. Turns out Gori was like a mutant on his planet, but super smart, and he learned to kind of help create monsters and gain some allies and followers on his planet. He was exiled along with his followers. They were banished, and he set out in space, and he fell upon Earth, and he absolutely fell in love with the planet Earth, but he came angered with the humans because the pollution and all the building of civilizations were destroying the planet. And instead of kind of teaching the humans the proper way, he decided that they just need to be wiped out, and he helped make more kaiju monsters. And in response, the overlords of Nebula 71 sent Spectreman to Earth to defeat those monsters and kaiju. And Spectreman fought the monsters. He tried to reason with Gori to say, "Hey, let's get you to help Earth. Your job is you want to save the planet, but you don't." And Gori's main ally was Karis, and Spectreman killed him. That was like his only friend in a way, Gori. So instead of agreeing to help the humans and try to save Earth that way, in an act of defiance, he kind of jumped into a mountain and killed himself. Spectreman returned home. The battle was won, and now we jump to modern day, and we see this little podcast going on here, a little radio show, and they're retelling this story that happened. They were at a protest for this Magnalon factory. Apparently the batteries caused massive pollution, and the Earth was being harmed. This giant whale-like kaiju pops out of the ocean. Everyone begins in a panic. She's retelling like, oh, how nobody tells you that one of the major dangers of the kaiju attack isn't just the kaiju, it's the people just frantically running everywhere. And she calls herself, this podcaster, Spectra Gal. See the monster pop up out of the ocean, and she sees a blur. And who is it? Is it Spectreman? Yes, it is. It's a new, improved, upgraded Spectreman. Does not look like the old school Spectreman. I don't know if it's the same one who's just leveled up. He begins fighting the monster, and you know, at first we see this crab here, and you're like, oh man, there's a second kaiju. But then when you look closely, it's actually the whale's tail is the crab. And he just quickly blasts the monster, separating the tail off of him. Takes on the monster quickly, turns, you see this little flicker, and the video that everybody was taking on their cell phones is gone. And as she's going on, she's kind of like questioning if Spectreman really was the good guy, saying, look, I don't like Magnalon, but it turns out that this dude comes to her door, and he's part of the pollution patrol who Spectreman worked for when he was on Earth. That was his like little side job there. And he's like, oh, he's like, and I need to talk with you, the Spectre guy, because I guess he's been watching her, likes what she's doing. And then we get a little tease here that Doctor Gori is still alive. And in a way, it seems like he was using Spectreman to try to get the Earth to go on the right path. So he's kind of the good guy now, is my interpretation. It's a little kind of like hard. I don't know. I feel like that's the interpretation, because he says, so rest for now, my friend, and pray that we don't need you again. So I feel like maybe it was a staged kaiju attack to kind of steer them on the right path. He's like, listen, he's like, it worked back in the day. He's like, after the kaiju were all gone, humans kind of cleaned up their act for a little, and things got better, and then it got worse again. And it's true. That's kind of really how it's gotten back in the 70s. Pollution was bad. A lot of things were really bad, but it got better. They started doing things about it, and we're kind of reached that point again in the world and the country here that pollution's getting bad, and we're trying to do things about it slowly, but things need to get done quickly. And then we get our to be continued with the question mark, and then another fun little tease here, bonus section, production sketches, Kaiju Prince. This was another Toku series way back in the day about a little like caveman style boy, if you want to say, and his dinosaur. And they kind of went around fighting other dinosaurs, and I'm really curious if this comic series is going to happen. I am super excited if it does. The art looks great, and I mean, I'm really excited for that. So I'm really hoping that happens too. Antarctic Press has been killing it with the Toku series between Co-Raptor, Spectreman Heroes. Here's some unreleased covers that they did for the previous issues. This is an unused Hi-O-Man cover, an unused Tiger 7 cover. Art looks awesome. There's a Hiroshi Kanatani again. And this is the cover that was on the front of this one, except the raw version, which looks incredible. I have the digital version of the trade paperback because I did do the Kickstarter. It's absolutely excellent, super high quality. It's a gigantic file. It is super uncompressed, so the image quality is probably one of the best image quality digital comics you'll ever see. I'm not sure if that's publicly available. I don't know if that was a Kickstarter exclusive, but the hardcover trade paperback is coming out for the entire series, so keep an eye out for that, guys. I will link up that hardcover down below if it is available for pre-order yet. If not, these are somewhat available. They kind of sold out a lot of the Spectrum comic heroes sold out pretty quickly. Some websites have some leftover issues. If I can find, I will share down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and looking forward to more Spectreman heroes, hopefully.